Types of Data Scientists and Future Threats of Artificial Intelligence by Alfred Johnson. Kinds of data scientists. Usually, the easiest way to differentiate this is by what deliverables the scientists create. One being data science for machines, two being artificial intelligence in terms of creativity, and three being data science for humans. I'm going to focus on data science for humans, and I'd like to touch upon the idea of decision making. Decision makers are usually people like executives, product managers, designers, or clinicians. They want to draw conclusions from data in order to make decisions such as which content to license, which sales lead to follow, which medicine is less likely to cause an allergic reaction, which web page design will lead to more engagement or more purchases, which marketing email will yield higher revenue, or which specific part of your product user experience is suboptimal and needs attention. The next point goes to talk about how these data scientists design, define, and implement metrics, run and interpret experiments, create dashboards, draw causal inferences, and generate recommendations for modeling and measurements. So essentially, data science for humans allow us to make the proper decisions in order to continue our services and sell products that we use on a day-to-day. Now, there are also some future threats in terms of artificial intelligence, just as much as there are benefits. One being mass unemployment, two being war, three being robot doctors, four being mass surveillance, and five being discrimination. There was also an interview in The Vice in terms of creativity in artificial intelligence. There were four gentlemen who produced a very notariable piece of artwork through AI. Essentially, it was just them coding and coding and having the computer system generate a magnificent piece of work. Essentially, they received the credit for the artwork, but in all reality, it was the AI. And artificial intelligence was then drawn to show the fact that things can be done without one really doing much. It's just the simple programming that enforced this nice artwork. One threat I'd really like to focus on is mass unemployment. Artificial intelligence will result in a mass global unemployment as jobs increasingly become automated and human labor is no longer required. There will obviously be a need for humans to orchestrate a collection of those narrow-focused apps and to spot the edge cases that none of them can deal with, but this will not replace the expected mass unemployment, at least not for a very long time. Also, there will be a lot more need for engineers in this field. But the thing is, not everybody wants to go to school to be an engineer, and those who do venture in academic excellence in engineering do go through a hard time. So without a lack of true passion, this is truly not going to be the path for everyone to take. Another threat I'd like to touch upon is mass surveillance. The first one would be facial recognition. In various Chinese areas, the combination of facial recognition technology and artificial intelligence is being used to benefit the authorities to clamp down on crime. Obviously, this is a good thing so that they can catch criminals, but at the same time, it's how they collect these faces and use them for their advantage that becomes worrisome. Two, there's the idea of the Orwellian nightmare. 1984, which is a book that was written by George Orwell, talks about Big Brother and mass surveillance and the concept of how they're always watching and controlling their citizens and putting them in situations in which they have no control over their lives. Three is the idea of a social credit system. I bring this up because China is the only country in the world rolling out a social credit system that tracks activities of citizens to rank them with the scores that can determine whether they can be barred from or accessing everything from plane flights to certain online dating services. It's understandable if a credit card system blocks you from venturing new credit card opportunities because of your credit history, but using things that can affect your social life in terms of surveillance does become a little bit Orwellian, and it does become somewhat of a nightmare. That is my presentation, and these are the articles that I used to execute the information that I put out here today. Thank you so much.